Here are 5 affordable perfumes that smell very expensive. And the reason for that, of course, is because they are modeled after more expensive fragrances, mostly niche, or I think in the case of this list, they're entirely niche with one designer, but it's like a very high-end designer. So it's like $300, maybe more. And I'm going to talk to you about these 5 fragrances, and I'm going to tell you what I really like about them. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of perfume-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also please give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would truly, truly mean a lot to me. And of course, all of these fragrances, I believe, are available at Gift Express. Gift Express is amazing. They're located here in New Jersey. Whenever I order from them, I get my packages almost instantaneously. It seems amazing customer service. The people who work there are so incredibly kind and generous. And of course, if you utilize the code RED10 or Steven10, it's one of those two. And by the way, I make 0 commission on that code. You can get 10% off your entire order. It's a code that I set up with the company to ensure that you get the best deals, and I am literally making 0 commission on you utilizing that code. So with that being said, these are 5 fragrances that I truly, really like. Most of them are leaning towards the feminine side of things, I would say. There is one here that is quite masculine, but I suppose we'll start off with the perfume in the number 5 spot. And this perfume gets overshadowed by some other fragrances that kind of try to do it in a similar fashion. And this one is their take on Burberry Goddess. Now, Burberry Goddess has been a favorite of mine for such a long time. Basically, ever since it came out, I did my review on it. I spoke very highly about it because I truly love it. I think it's so elegant, but also quite flirty at the same time because of the vanilla and the vanilla caviar that is in there. Also hints of lavender, creating this aromatic appeal in the heart, thus making it quite appropriate for an office setting or a professional setting. And this is the affordable alternative to that. This one from the brand Al Absar is called Irfa, Hirfa, Irfa by Al Absar. Oh, there's an H at the end as well. You have the bookends. Hirfah, Irfa. Beautiful take on that Burberry Goddess DNA. It is done very, very well. And the thing about Al Absar fragrances, and I own so many of them, maybe all of them. I own, Shahur Platinum, Shahur Elixir. I own this one. I own their take on Ariana Grande Cloud. I own so many, which I think is called Basma. I own so many from the brand, but this is such a beautiful fragrance for the ladies if you're looking to capture that professional aura while still adding a tone of sensuality to the mix. Now, we have another one. This one literally just came out, also from the same brand, Al Absar. This one is called Melted Spell. Now, I really do love the bottle presentations of these fragrances. There's 4 in the collection. 2 of them I think smell quite expensive. For those of you who don't know, this is their take on PDM Palatine. Now, Palatine is this very elegant, incredibly versatile violet-based fragrance. Now, there are some other flowers in the mix as well, but this is a violet-heavy or violet-dominant composition. I think the violet creates this beautiful floral bouquet. It's a tiny bit powdery, not overly so. I know there's a lot of people out there that have an aversion to powdery fragrances. You're not going to get a powder bomb with this one, so to speak. This is a beautiful, feminine, floral fragrance, but also very professional. If you want to add a tone of sensuality, you're going to go with Irfa. If you want to add a professional touch, you're going to go with Melted Spell. Beautiful fragrance, also incredibly long-lasting. I get like minimum 8 hours on my skin, which is saying a lot because a lot of perfumes nowadays, they don't give you that type of longevity. We also have Ahuja Pour Homme. Now, this is one that I'm going to start keeping in the bedroom because, and I have this, by the way, in the older presentation, Ahuja, which is spelled A-H-U-J-A, has really upped their game. These bottles are beautiful. The boxes are beautiful. They kind of open on the top and it reveals this beautiful presentation on the inside. This is actually the brand's take on Absolute Aventus by Creed. Now, if you know anything about that fragrance, a lot of people call it like the grown version of Aventus or Aventus's older brother. You hear all of these things being said quite often. This is a beautiful take on pineapple with some spicy nuances. So you have the cardamom, you have the nutmeg, but you also have this mossy undercurrent that really makes it that much more sophisticated. Now, Aventus really did a number on the fruity chypre genre. And when you think of chypre, you think of cypress, the country, not the ingredient or the treat, but it also does have a bit of an earthy tone, which is characteristic of the genre. So you have the earthiness, you have the brightness of the pineapple, but then you also have that sophisticated spice. Very, very well done by Ahuja. I love this one, and I have many takes on the Absolute Aventus DNA. This is actually one of the longest lasting ones. It also happens to be one of the most affordable ones as well. The brand is Ahuja. This is Ahuja Pour Homme. Definitely check it out. They have so many in this collection. Another one by Ahuja, and I think once I tell you the name of the fragrance, you'll have a pretty clear idea of what this one is inspired by. And this one is a damn near one-to-one match. I'm going to be totally honest with you. If you've tried the original, you know exactly what to expect with this one. The original is Santal 33 by Le Labo. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've probably owned about half a dozen bottles of Santal 33. I have 3 separate bottles for some reason. One of them belonged to my late friend Carlos. And then I've had the bottles refilled at 233 Elizabeth Street in the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan. I visit the flagship boutique all the time, and I got a little bit on my fingers there, and it smells amazing. Now, I know that Santal 33 DNA is overdone. It is done ad nauseum. There are a lot of people who still love it. They still love their Santal 33, and that's fair game. If you like to wear your Santal 33 or Santal 33 inspired by scents, don't let me stop you or dissuade you or discourage you from doing so. But what I will say is if you're looking for something that is very, very similar to the original, this is one of the only 2 inspirations on the market that I feel really, really comfortable backing or promoting. And let me go ahead and talk to you about the fragrance in the #1 spot. And like I said, we kind of have the bookends with the designer fragrances because Burberry Goddess is a designer. This is a designer as well. However, this one is actually part of their higher end line. Like you can find this at Saks Fifth Avenue. These are very expensive. I think between $300 and $400, depending on where you look. And this one is kind of an underrated DNA, which I'm very, very happy about, right? Like everybody does Aventus, everybody does Baccarat Rouge, everybody does Delina. We have all of these tried and true DNAs that all of these brands are kind of putting their own spin or twist on. This is a fragrance that, in my opinion, I don't think anybody else has done this. And I'm very glad about that because I love this one. I had actually done a video a month back, and I said, in the month of October, and I said, this fragrance makes you smell rich. This is a very rich, elegant, wealthy, old money, super confident, sophisticated fragrance for the ladies. It's unisex, but I would personally prefer to smell it on a woman. And this one is inspired by none other than Osmanthus Nectar by Gucci. And this is part of the Alchemist's Garden collection. It's housed in this dark maroon/burgundy bottle. It is a beautiful, beautiful scent. The Osmanthus is so rich and so creamy. And it has a lot else happening in there. So it's a fairly complex DNA. But this one is Alabsar's take on it. And they did such a superb job on this. This one is called Melted Desire, from the same collection as this fragrance. There's also one called Melted Glaze, and then I forget the other one, but 2 or 4 beautiful fragrances. These 2 are the least sweet in the collection. So it seems like for the most part, I avoided the gourmands in this list, unless you're counting the vanilla in Irfa by Alabsar. But 5 beautiful fragrances, all of which smell very expensive. And I'm pretty confident you can get these on the Gift Express website. I'm going to link them down below. It is not an affiliate link, and the code is not a commission code. I'm not making any commission off of you making purchases on that site. I'm just working closely with the company to ensure that the people who are watching this channel specifically get the best prices should you wish to pick up any of these 5 fragrances or pretty much anything from Gift Express. They have Thierry Mugler, they have designer brands, they have niche brands. Like, look through their website. It's crazy how much they carry. And it also helps to know that it's coming from a good family and a good company with a high reputation. And that always matters whenever I put my name to something on the Redolessence channel. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you took something of value from today's episode. And of course, if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.